What's up, monkey nips? Welcome to my channel. I know you're expecting a headphone video, but this isn't it. Alright, so I'm putting more of my hobbies into video. I hope you guys will gain some value and enjoy the videos. If not, feel free to be a little bitch about it and comment below and hit that dislike button, whatever. Fuck you. But for those of you that are here, you're looking at the Hapstone M2. It's kind of new on the market, and there's actually a bunch of new sharpening systems on the market. I think people are really getting into it, and I'll explain why later, what I think. At least I could be wrong. But anyways, you're looking at the Hapstone M2. I'm sure you're thinking maybe the KME or the Wicked Edge or the Edge Pro, or there's a few new ones. Mad Edge, and there's another one too. I don't know. Anyways, you're here for the Hapstone M2, right? Its price is really good for what you get. They try to add a lot of value to this product, so I won't hammer it as much as I regularly would. Regularly? All right, I'll stop drinking before I make videos. How about that? So I'm going to talk about it a little bit, kind of go over things I don't like, and first, and then I'll go over things I do like. All right, and then I'll compare it a little bit to the KME, and I'm thinking I'll do a KME video, and if there's any interest, I'm going to gauge interest. If there's more interest in this, I will do more videos on knife sharpening, talk about knives and blades, and that's another thing that I like to do, fellas. So I'm a dude. All right, I guess maybe I'll start making videos on Harley Davidsons. Just follow me around, guys. Follow my boring life around. Now, the audio is going to change because I'm going to stand on the side of the table. I apologize for that. It's just a fact of life, right? I'm doing this. I don't have a lot of money. I'm not going to get a big old expensive camera. I'm doing this on my phone, so deal with it, all right? So, Hapstone M2. Right off the bat, there's no case, all right? There is no case. You could go to Home Depot, maybe get like a toolbox and fit this in there, but just to give you an idea, the KME knife sharpener, kind of an idea. Sorry, guys. Everything fits in one case, guys. It's not just a sharpener in there. I have my Arkansas stones, my diamond stones, my Japanese water stones. I have cloths in there. I have honing oil. I have my angle finder, my lapping, my diamond plate, and kind of a bunch of little tools to undo knives so I can put oil to clean them out. So there's a lot of things that can fit in that tiny little case, so it's very portable. The Hapstone M2, not very portable. Or not as portable, how about that? It's not very heavy, so you could put it in a little toolbox and walk around with it. I'm sure you can, come up with something for those of you that you do it yourselfers. Now, I love sharpening knives, guys. I will always harp using bench stones. I love bench stones. Here's one of my Arkansas. You're going to get on Arkansas, get a dance. I love my Spyderco's. I got that Spyderco ceramic ultrafine. Love it. So I love bench stones, but at the end of the day, I want to set an edge. I don't want to spend all day doing it, or I got a ton of my wife's kitchen knives. I don't want to spend all day doing it. I'll either whip out my Worksharp Ken Onion, which is a sandpaper system. I'll talk about that. I'll do a video on that later. Just for now, it's a great system. If you don't want to spend the time, go and get it. It should be a part of your arsenal. But for now, we're gonna do stone and rod based systems, and the Hapstone M2 is the star of this show. But that doesn't mean I won't talk about other things. All right. So setup on this thing is pretty easy. Let's see here. Let's see. And that's about it. That's I just broke it down. This little rod, you shove this little rod in there, and there's numbers on this rod. Let's see if I can get it to focus. There you go. So there's numbers on this rod, and surprisingly enough, the numbers are actually pretty accurate, guys. I've tested it against my angle finder, and it did pretty well. I set it just under 20, and it was actually 18 on my angle finder, so I was very impressed by that. Now, then it's set up, right? So here's one of the things, and probably the biggest problem for me. So I'm going to start off with the breaker for me. That way, if you guys see this, you're like, oh, he's right, we're done. I can't get it. All right, I do a lot of pocket knives, guys. This is a little cheap pocket knife. I buy them on Amazon. I like to, practice my honing skills on my stones, and I'll scratch them all up, and I don't worry about it. This is one of my nicer knives. My paramilitary 2. This is legend. All right, legend. All right. So if you're into knives and you don't have a paramilitary 2, you are not into knives. So one of the main things I don't like about this system, probably the biggest thing, is, I don't know if you can see this, I'll try to get it better on camera. It's not really good for small knives, right? So, and I'm talking about like 3-inch, 4-inch blades. This is more of a kitchen knife sharpener. That doesn't mean you can't do it. It's just not very practical. It's not, look. See how the knife sits? You're going to be scratching up your support system here. So let's see. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that. You're going up and down, and you're going to be scratching your actual base, and there's really no way to fix it. I guess you can do it like this, but then it's not really straight. So it can be done. All right, I'm not saying you can't do it. I'm sure there's people that own the system and have figured it out, have messed with it, but it's just not as straightforward as clamping it into the KME, and you got your straight edge, and you don't have to worry about it. So that's one of the deal killers for me. I do a lot of pocket knives, so that's important for me to have something that's easily doable with the pocket knife. All right, marker comes with a marker. All right, so that's one of the main deal killers for me. The second would be the stone deal is kind of very fiddly. I don't know. I suppose it's better than the Edge Pro. So they went the extra mile. They added the spring here, and it can use smaller stones like the KME stones. So that's super cool, guys, because there's really, really expensive stones out there. $200, $300, $400, $500 stones, and and they'll make them a smaller size for like $50, and that way you can actually use them on this system, or your KME, and you're using a $500 stone. That's pretty cool. There's some stones that I really just can't afford. So, to be able to buy a 4-inch one at a really easy price, swallowable price, then that's pretty cool. I could say my knife was sharpened by an ancient Chinese, I don't know, or a Japanese shogun tooth rock made of shogun teeth. I don't know. So it's just bragging rights, really. At the end of the day, some people don't care about that. They just want to sharp knives. So, and if speed is your thing, I would look more towards like the Tormek, the T4, or even a paper wheel is like probably the fastest, right? Or anyways, so that's kind of cool. I know I promised I'd talk about the bad things first, but I just I'm dealing with the rod already. So now here's another thing I don't like about the rod. Since I'm on the rod, this is my first video, guys. Cut me a break. My first video on a knife sharpener. Cut me a break. All right, so the rod, when you push it in, it's really smooth, right? But there's times that it's not. There's a lot of resistance going in and out. It's not smooth. I've tried putting grease. I've tried putting gun oil, a very thin oil, and it helps. But while I'm doing this, I don't know if you can hear it. I know it looks smooth on camera, I bet, but it's not. It feels really. There's a lot of pressure, negative and positive pressure. So it's not. I don't know. It's like with the KME, it's just a smooth in and out, and you can file all day long if you want until you got a toothpick. But I'm getting a lot of pressure going in and out. I don't know if that's just this system. I've heard other people complain about it. I've come across it. I thought I can live with it, but I honestly can't. I don't like that. I don't like that I can't do smaller blades as easily as I could with the KME. So, it's priced $150, $160. So it's not gonna break the bank. I could just keep it for the bigger knives, but I already have other things like my bent stones and my work sharp. So I don't need it for that. I wanted it for, just to have on the table, clamp my knife on there, boom, 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 and I'm done. And I can't do that. So I don't know. So that's really the only two things I don't like about this. No, three things. They didn't come with a case. Got to add that in there. Things I do like about this system. All right, so this deal right here, and the Edge Pro does not have that. Is your guide, right? So with this, let me take this big old fat blade. With this, you just put you clamp your knife on there. Boom. And then you move your guide up. It's a two-part guide, so then you tighten it down, and then you move up the middle part, and you tighten this down, and it's done. So now when you flip the blade over, you don't have to just push it back up against the guide, and that's basically how it was sitting on this side when you flip it around. So it's pretty easy to flip around. It's not as easy as the KME, and it's definitely not as easy as the Wicked Edge, because there's no flipping on the Wicked Edge, right? But you're going to pay triple the amount, and I don't know if that's worth it. Plus, I hear there's a lot of complaints, right? So it's not all rainbows and unicorn on the Wicked Edge system, right? So that's one thing I like. I like the guide, especially if you have a bigger knife. However, the magnets, it's bittersweet. It's cool that it has the magnets. It's very strong magnets. Magnets. All right, very strong magnets. You can hear them click. They will hold the knife. But when you have a big knife, you got a big old kitchen knife, a little sushi, or a big old sushi knife, and you're trying to slide it, the magnets get in the way. With the Edge Pro, you can just slide the knife as you go along. So if you're good at just holding the knife and sliding it, the Edge Pro might be your thing. I don't know. I did a larger knife on this. I did get a decent edge. I need more practice with this thing, but I can do pretty big knives with the KME, and I don't have to worry about sliding it or anything like that. So I don't know. Then you get a lot of shavings, metal shavings around this area, and you start flipping it over. Your blade's gonna get all scratched up. Tape up your blade. Always have some tape for that, and it'll slide a little better. But the magnets are always gonna be something you're gonna fight with. So at least with the Edge Pro, you have the option of taking it off, putting it on. So if you're doing a smaller knife, you put it on. It's easy. You don't have to worry about sliding. If you're doing a bigger knife, take it off. So that as much thought as they put into the system, they didn't really think that all the way through, and that's kind of surprising. And as high quality as the system is, the rod going in and out problem, you made it 90%, and you just had to do a little more. You had to put just a little bit more effort, and you would have had a pretty amazing system, guys. Because of the price, the build quality, they just failed at a few critical areas for me. All right, I'm not saying you cannot get a really good edge with this system. You just need some practice, and I'm sure you'll become a master at it. But for me, it's not worth the hassle. Not with all my sharpening stuff that I have. Right, so. It might not be a deal killer for you, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to decide with one, you can only go with one so far. My pick, unless you're super rich, go with the KME. You can do a whole lot with that KME. All right, and I will show you on that. So let me see. Let me throw this knife on here. Let me throw this little one just to kind of show you, kind of go through the motion, show you what you will more or less go through. All right, so it comes with 3 stones. You got your 220, 400, and 1200 stone. They're actually pretty good stones. They're not. I'd go with the Edge Pro having the better stones, but these are pretty damn good. So I'm not going to complain about the stones, guys. It is what it is. I have a lot of different stones, so I'm not too worried. As long as I can get an edge on a knife with these stones, I can then refine that edge with my other stones. And that's why it's really good to have bench stones and be able to hold an angle and know how to find it. All right, so it comes with a marker. If you're just getting into knife sharpening, the reason they give you a marker is to color the edge, right? You color the edge on both sides. You put it on here. You get more or less. I'd start at 20 and work my way up or down depending on what this says. I'm just doing this really quick. I'm not actually going to sharpen the knife, guys. I think that'd be a huge waste of time. Unless you guys want knife sharpening videos, in which case I will do that. Alright, so you go like this. See, and this is... I didn't really set up the knife properly. So you gotta move your guide. I don't know. I hate feeling like I'm wasting your time. All right. So if you bitch and complain about it, I'm gonna hit dislike on your comment. All right, because I'm wasting my time too. So we'll both waste time together. All right. So you do this. I would tape up your thumb stud with these knives, with these smaller knives, because you will sharpen your thumb stud. All right. Now you see this wiggle here. So, I'm still gonna have to hold this knife down so I can get an even edge throughout the whole system. Right? See, now I'm doing this small knife. It requires you to hold it and be mindful to keep it flat down because it will move. Right? So, like I said, you can do. All right, so you do that once, maybe twice. Then you look at your edge, and I don't know if you can get on camera here. Maybe not. You just have to trust me. And it should take off the marker, right? So if it doesn't, you're not hitting those areas. So just kind of an indicator of where you're sharpening, so you won't waste time. I've sharpened many knives only to find out that I couldn't cut paper with them, but they looked nice. All right, so that should help you out a little bit, and they throw that in there in the box. What else? I love the resting hook. I wish KME would do that with their system, and Edge Pro definitely needs to do that with their system. It's very intuitive. It works. It gets the thing out of the way. It's very smooth. I like, for the money, I think it's a good sharpener. If I didn't already have the KME, I would just figure out a way to make this system work. All right, it's a very good system. I try to get it on camera. I try to cover some points, some things that I notice. If it's not, if I miss something, guys, again, don't be a little bitch about it. Put it in the comments and we can talk about it. So I think this video's kind of went on long enough. They have a lot of different stones on their website. Check them out. They have some really awesome stones, right? So it was a Gatco. I want to say Grisco because I've been playing Splatoons. For you Splatoon players, you know what I'm talking about. Let's see. Let me get back over here. It's a good system for the money. I think I would just go with the KME. I think you're gonna get more for your money as far as ease of use, and I don't know. When I do the KME video, you'll see what I'm talking about. It's just feels more natural, it kind of feels more manly. I don't know. This is like KME feels a little bit more old school. Of course, you can't get more old school than bench stones. So I guess the next best thing, without feeling like you're nerding out on your knife sharpening, would be the KME, and then you can get super nerdy and get the Wicked Edge. I'm not talking bad about Wicked Edge users, guys. I would, if I had the money, I would be a Wicked Edge user, but unfortunately, I'm not. I don't. So there you have it, guys. Let me see. I don't think I forgot anything. No, that's it. All right, so I'll make a part 2 of this video with the KME system. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys gained some value from it, maybe to help make up your mind. It is a good system. I'm not talking too bad about it. It's just not going to work out for me. I think I'm going to end up selling it or sending it back, depending. I already used it, so I don't know if I could. So I think it's Amazon. They'll do it. We'll see. I'll try to make some more videos with it. If you guys want to see some, knife sharpening in action, I'll figure out a way to get a good camera angle, and you guys can, walk you through it like a Bob Ross video. All right. Next, we're gonna use this strop. Anyways, you guys have a good day. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thanks.